Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we are back in Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. Last time we pretty much continued our search for Albus and pretty much got told that he was over in the Mystery Manor, as well as we pretty much got a bunch of other stuff done. In this episode we're gonna continue on tracking him down and hopefully get the last piece of Dominus. We now need to go to the Tristus Pass and track him down even further. Tristus Pass is pretty much not hard to go through. There are going to be some tough fights going in through here. There are some arachnids, which actually, if you're having a hard time getting silk thread for the dress lady, these will drop silk threads. Another enemy here is the balloons. They will, once you defeat them, they basically pop open, and will spread a bunch of little balloons out that will damage you. Not hard enemies, not very tough enemies to deal with right off the bat. Voltaskia is a good glyph for this area because you're going to be dealing with enemies in tons of different levels. And also, it's pretty much like Tanya Mountains. You're going to be dealing with these rope bridges and ladders. So, just going on through here, taking out some more balloons. This place, this is where I kind of consider a big jump in enemies' level and capabilities. Right there is a lizard man, they will attack with a spear, and they also have a shield which does work in this game. It will guard you against any physical attacks. Magic attacks, I don't think it'll guard. I think some of it will guard, but not all of it. So we'll level up right there. Popping some more of these balloons, taking out some more of their little seedlings. I'm not sure what to really call them. But going into this room here, this is where I said it's going to have some tough enemies. We have a giant skeleton to fight. Yeah, the second boss we had to fight, already having another go around. I could have sworn I had the hammer glyph selected to deal with this dude, but I pretty much just didn't bother with him. There's nothing new with him. He's the exact same as when you fought him at the prison island. So really nothing too hard. Right over here, yep, it's a mimic. It's a fake chest that's disguised as a mimic. And several chests will be like this, so you do have to keep an eye out for them. But there is also another giant skeleton back here, which I kind of forgot. But this is going to be a little bit tough because that mimic, he's very fast and basically will chase you down no matter what. So you really have to deal with him immediately or just don't activate the chest if you know which ones are the mimics. Although I knew that was a mimic, I kind of forgot about it. I kind of just decided I'd play it. Get backed up in the corner. I really want to take out the giant skeleton for the XP. Because I'm kind of under level for this area, or for the next few areas. This frozen waterfall, we cannot just go right through it. We have to actually climb up the side of it here, and we have to investigate what is causing this frozen waterfall. But you also notice we have Magnus, but there's also a glyph up here. That is Volgrando. Volgrando is probably the most powerful, in my opinion, most powerful ice move, and also the most powerful magic attack in the game. In order to get it, you just have to launch yourself up as far up into the left as you can, and it'll stop you right at the top. That way you'll be able to absorb the glyph. When you're coming back down the waterfall, I highly recommend coming down and try and go to the left, because you'll get heart max up, a mushroom, and also the final villager. This is Irina, who is the mother of the two kids that
you've rescued me.
Rescued in Somnus Reef. Her quests are more or less dealing with taking out a certain amount of enemies which is very annoying, not gonna lie. Going over here, get a Zircon, and actually, I think, if you go underneath the waterfall, crouch down, yes, you do get a ring, you get the Lover's Ring, which actually has a really cool effect. Increases the hearts acquired. So every time you get a little heart, I think you get 5 hearts, and every time you get a big heart, I think you get 15 hearts. I'm not entirely sure about that. And of course, just like Tanyo Mountains, we have a room that requires magnets with a bat flying and spikes all over the floor. So definitely gonna have to go through that one. I hope there is a save point somewhere nearby, because I really don't want to use any items. That right there is an armored beast. They will actually drop meat, which is kind of funny. That's a white dragon. Actually, yeah, maybe I should fight the white dragon. I think, if I remember correctly, this should be a HP. I'm gonna hate myself if I'm wrong. Yes, I am right. Alright, so we got our health back up, so we'll continue onward. The armored beasts are actually kind of creepy looking. Part lion, part wildebeest, part machine. It's very weird looking. I do like that. Coming in here. Ah, crap, ectoplasms. I think I have some. No, I don't! I forgot to go and buy some freaking uncursed potions, so I'm just gonna run for it. I know there's a hidden item in this room, though, so I'm kind of trying not to leave the room. Hopefully, okay, we're good. Nope. Let me think for a second. Let me switch over to Luminata. I know the hidden item is in the wall on the far right. It's a small hidden item. Just gonna have to avoid the freaking ectoplasm and start gaining might. There we go. And there it is, right there. Right there is an onyx. That right there was an onyx. So we have one of 2 items we need for the rings. This lizard thing here. Ooh, right there, the Altair. Awesome, we got his glyph too. That is Volscotin, which is another shield glyph. This shield glyph, however, instead of being forward, it basically is above, which, in my opinion, is kind of useless because there's not a lot of area, not a lot of attacks that come from above. Altair is the one enemy you'll need to get the Eagle Feather for the Musician's class. There's another white dragon, although this white dragon I know isn't hurt anything, but might as well take it out for the XP. Don't fret about getting the Eagle Feather here. The Altair spawn in another area, in the next area too, but they're also spawned in that area. But they are pretty good to grind off in this area right here, if you want to go ahead and get it. That's a warp bubble. I think there was a save room just below me in the other room. I think I'm okay. Over here, we have some more chests hidden away, some more arachnids. I apologize if you're arachnophobic. Yeah, I do apologize for that, because they're gonna have a lot of spider enemies coming out for a little while. Take out that sword illusion man, swordman. But we're almost done with the Tristis Pass. Pretty much an easy little area to get through. Oh, that there on the branch. That is an owl. We need to get the glyph this thing drops for a quest. And I hope I can get it here in this one pass. That way I don't have to grind for it. Because it would be nice if I can just get it right. Yes! This glyph, I actually like this glyph a lot. Fidelis Noctua summons owls to soundlessly descend. Basically, you can summon your own owls and attack enemies. However, as you increase the levels, they will actually do more damage, and actually you'll be able to summon more of them. The only problem is that this glyph is a pain in the rear end to get, because you can only... the last of the demons, you have the Thunder Demon, which, if you figured it out, yeah, this dude has full guard, which, in my opinion, is kind of funny that we're getting full guard this late in the game. Like, we've got full guard back in Prison Island, like, and that's such a better electric glyph if you're into using electricity based attacks, but it's so funny we're getting full guard this late in the game. I say we're this late in the game because we're pretty much past the... We are pretty much at the last third of the game coming through here. So in that glyph statue we got more hosto, so that's good if you're into using that kind of weaponry. There's a couple chests down here. Also, all the way over here is the chariot ring, which is the ring of the chariot, I believe off the top of my head. Yeah, ring of the chariot. Some decent stat boosts, but I think I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna just keep the full ring on for now and the lucky clover. I definitely want to keep luck as high as I can because there's some stuff coming out that is absolutely gonna be a hard thing to get throughout the game. So going in through here, some more chests, some more spiders. Which I actually find funny that these things can drop silk thread. There's not. Silver ore brew. Oh yeah, if you have not gotten the ruined cannon meal at this point, the chests here will have both the rue with it, so you can easily get that one. There's nothing up here. Tons of more owls, but we're almost at the end. Might as well take them out, see if I can gain more glyph. Nope. One less Thunder Demon. Which I like how the Thunder Demon works. It actually is. Oh, we have one more room. Oh, I forgot this one. I like how the Thunder Demon works. It's pretty neat. Oh yeah, this glyph statue. This is very important if you want to do the infinite money glitch. This is... I need... temporarily increases the amount of money dropped by enemies. Now, when I say there's an infinite money glitch, you need this glyph in particular. It's not tonic, but I think I'm full of those. There's this, you need that glyph, and an item called the Gold Ring. The Gold Ring will allow you to increase money, will increase your luck based off your money in your bag. But what it also does is that it also will increase the money you get from enemies. Now, I'm just going to run through here real quick because I don't want to deal with these owls. But it is actually a very interesting thing to do if you're wanting a lot of money very quickly. So, back in the village... There you are! Yeah, we need your Mandragora root. Actually... little thing you can do, you go to the villagers and you can see what side quest thing you need to do. Oh, we have Laura's quest ready and Eugene's quest ready, so we'll go turn those in. I think actually, you know what, I'm gonna do a bunch of these side quests and get these pretty much knocked out. We can now do Surge and Anna's quest now that Irina is back, and I forgot about Daniela. Oh man, forgot we rescued her last time, so I didn't talk to her to get her quests. But yeah, I think we're gonna do a bunch of the quests for this episode. There's gonna be a little bit of more progress, but I'd rather go ahead and just get the questing done. Just because it's gonna take us a while to get through anything. And also mainly because I feel like getting the side quests out of the way right now, instead of later, will be beneficial. So, Irina wants us to kill 30 crows. Anna her cat is missing. If you remember Tom, the cat that was with her, He protects Anna from evil spirits, and so we need to go find her cat. Which, lucky for us, it's over in the Tristus Pass that we just left. Then we go over to Daniela. Like I said, she wants us to do some sketches. Of course, she talks about her, grandfather and her special martial arts training. So, she wants us to go and draw the view from the lighthouse. And she will give us a sketchbook for that. So, we'll need to climb up to the top of the lighthouse to do that, which isn't too difficult. I know I don't have your quest done yet, but we're turning Eugene's quest since we're up here. Getting our better equipment, and also our gold for the resources. How do I repay the debt? Do what you can. That's the best way to repay the debt. The next quest he wants is 3 gold ores, which is gonna take a while. Gold ores we cannot obtain until pretty much endgame, the last areas, because they're just so many. There's so many chests that have gold ores in them. So Serge here, he wants us to play hide and seek. Now he's gonna count to 15, and we have to find him in one of these barrels. Of course, this is actually way easier later in the game when you have a specific item and a glyph, because you'll be able to zoom around very quickly, and I didn't find him. It's kind of a bit of RNG, where he's gonna be, but you can do this quest as many times. At least you don't have to leave the village. And all of Serge's quests are basically in the, town. Whoops, I don't know why I'm using full guard. I think I screwed this. Yeah, I screwed this up bad. Yeah, I screwed this up bad. I'm gonna have to just restart. There's no way I'm gonna find him in, like, whatever time I've got left. Yeah. Like I said, it's a bit of RNG because you have to go around and hit the, in fact, I'm actually gonna switch up my glyphs real quick. Give me Sakar. Sakar can be a little bit good. Yeah, you can't talk to people while on the platforms. I don't know why I tried to do that. But, yeah, there we go. So you just have to find him in the barrel, in the right barrel, and then he gives you, some candy. He gives you a red drop.
Hello!
So, the next quest, he wants to see an owl. This is why I recommended you get the, owl glyph. Which, if you already have it, like me, I can already go ahead and do this.
Come here.
There it is. We'll go listen up to summon the owl, and then you'll have him spawn, and he'll just fly over there. I think he also, if you let enough time go by, he'll land on Serge's shoulder, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Because the owl's like 30 times better than him. So this last one is another game of hide and seek, but in the dark, the whole map goes black, and he starts yelling at you, telling you where to go. If you're lucky enough to find him, which I did that in one try, he gives you more candy for the trouble. So you do get a good bit of stuff from him. But those are the only 3 missions you get, so he's pretty much done. So I am going to actually... Yeah, we're going to save first. And then I'm going to go all around the world and do a bunch of questing. Starting with the lighthouse, because that's the easiest. Just to also show you how to do this group of missions that she's going to have you do. So, basically, all you gotta do is go all the way to the top of the lighthouse. Once you get to the top, you want to get into the room with where Illuminato was. Then go to use item, and then scroll all the way down to the sketchbook. You want to use it in this room, and then you'll get the lighthouse art, which you can pretty much go and try to get a turn and get it out. While I was in the area, I also went back to the sea area, to get salt and also black ink, which, lucky enough for me, I didn't just get salt from the needles, I got salt from the fish heads too, so I got more than enough salt than what I needed. But next, I want to go all the way down to the shipwreck, just because there's a rare chance the gold ring can spawn at the shipwreck. But also, I wanted to see if I could get any other items while I was here. Another lapis lazuli. Don't worry about Laura's quest, I do turn it in during this video. I just kind of forgot to do it while I was in the village. Laura's not that... I don't remember Laura's quest. I don't remember Laura all that much, because her quests are just kind of silly. The rings are not bad, it's just, it's kind of silly, I don't ever use them. But if you want an easy way to grind a couple of items, the shipwreck area, you've got 3 killer fish, and in the room next to it, you've got 3 dark octopuses. You also have a needle there to grab salt from. Now, for some weird reason, my recording glitched, so when I turned in the salt mission, I didn't get the rest of it. So, the salt, after the salt mission, you have to get him killer fish meat, which you do have to get from the killer fish, and it is a hard drop to get, because it's not easy. Once you turn in the mission for Daniela, for the lighthouse sketch, you get a Garbo hat, which is actually kind of nice. And then she's going to want a sketch of the Falls of Tristis Pass, which I'm not going to bother showing because you already saw where that waterfall is. Just basically go there, do another drawing. You have to be just in the room where the waterfall is. You don't have to climb to the top or anything. You just have to be there. And you'll get the mission done. But I am going to go back to the Caldas channel and grind out the stuff I need up there. Which in that room I talked about with the dark octopuses, I did get the black ink as well as the killer fish meat. After like something like an hour of grinding for the killer fish meat, it is your level. Depending on how much luck you got, you can get it now. But it's a very grind. I also went back while I was getting the drawing for the waterfall. I went ahead and just grinded out the Altair's eagle feather, which isn't too hard either. And then another thing I decided to go grind was back in the Somnus Reef. If you remember, I said you needed to get mermaid meat for the chef. I actually was wrong. You need mermaid meat for the doctor. He actually needs it, not the chef. The chef will need a different item. So I'm here basically just grinding off these Loreleis. Best room to do that is this room here, where there's 3 of them grouped together. And I almost missed the drop because I didn't see it at first. And it's this last one. Actually, no, maybe it's a different. Oh wait, it's this next one coming up. I almost didn't see the drop because I wasn't paying attention. I came back down here, took out this one right here. Yeah, it was that one right there. I didn't see it drop until I saw the name of the item had popped up. I was like, oh crud! It dropped it. So for the 30 crows, the easiest way to do this is basically pop in and out of the smoke bubble room. Equip Ignis because it'll be a one-shot, and then just absolutely go to town. Just murdering crows. It'll pop up once you kill at least 30 of them. I do apologize for your eyes, this going back and forth. But it's not a hard quest. It's pretty much once you get to 30, it'll be over. And the items you get from Irina are basically food items, which I find absolutely hilarious, but you don't get to be able to buy any of those food items in the store. So once you take out the 30 crows, I think this should be the last one. Once you take out the 30 crows, I decided to go to back to the pass, the Tristis Pass. I was also just going through and collecting items at this point, anything I could sell and make a little bit of money, or see if I could get any legendary drops. To find the cat, you need to go to this bigger room here, where you'll hear meowing, and the cat is on top of a tree. So if you come in here, first going through here, go to the top of the trees and have an owl glitch out when you kill it. Right there on top of the, I think this is the second tree, is the cat. So just climb back up here, crouch down, pick it up. And I don't know what is up with the owls in this game, but when you take them out, they glitch out so badly, it's funny. And now with that, we can turn in a bunch of side quests. So we're going to go first to Laura to get the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald turned in. Finally getting that done. Which gives you in the store which gives you the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald ring, which will either boost or reduce fire, lightning,
go with you.
Ice attacks. We'll look in the store later, when I get done with all this. But next, she wants a diamond and an onyx. I don't have a diamond, but I do have an onyx by this point. We don't have anything for the news reporter yet, but Aeon wants the killer fish. We give that to him. He'll give us, once he's done cooking it up, killer fish barbecue, which is actually a very good item because that actually restores a lot of HP. A lot of Aeon's cooking items are going to be just as good as the doctor's potions, and honestly, the food items you're gonna get plus the ring with better healing qualities or boost healing qualities, that is what's gonna make these items so much better, because the super potions like 30,000, his stuff's cheaper than that, so I think it's half of that, so it's better just to get those. But next he wants tasty meat, and there's only one area I know where to get tasty meat, and that is in the last area, so we're not going to worry about that. So we're going to go to Daniela and give her the waterfall art, which in return, she's going to give us the treasure hat, which the treasure hat is basically used for finding hidden items. If you put it on, it'll send out like a dinging sound, and when you're close to a hidden item, it'll start, if the dinging will get faster. I think also it'll send up an exclamation point, where you have to crouch down. So she wants next a drawing of the church in a living ridge. That's not too far from here. In fact, I think that's the next area. Then we can finish up George's quest with the ink and quill. He'll now have the last of the records sent to the general store, which, funny enough, the phonograph that he borrowed exploded. So he's out of pretty much business, and he's pretty much done. Then we're going to go to Anna's here, and we will find Tom is returned. She talks about a flower that Tom has swallowed, which keep that in mind, because Tom eats these flowers and he helps ward off evil spirits. But she'll give you the black drops for the first quest, but she's gonna ask next, because Tom's not feeling well, she's gonna want a mouse, which there's only one place you can get a mouse, and that's at the sunken ship, which is gonna be a bit of annoyance. So turning in also Irina's quest for the crows, we will get, I think, Mocha Eclair, which her next quest is going to be a bit of a riddle, because she wants us to kill 10 things that howl at night, to howl at the moon at night. Basically werewolves. You have to kill 10 of them. Meanwhile, I went ahead over to this shop, to see what we can get. You can get silver leggings now, and also silver plates, which basically boosts your defense, but lower everything else. We also have the ruby, sapphire, and emerald pins, which reduce, if you'll let me scroll down, I don't care about the crochet, lower flame damage, from the ruby pin, lower ice damage, and lower lightning damage for the other two. I figured as much. I thought one was slashing damage, I don't know why. And then the rings of the corresponding, gems will, of course, boost those types instead. So we're going to continue on here. I'm going to go to Oblivion Ridge, just to continue the story just a little bit, because there's not much to Oblivion Ridge. In fact, this is like it's another short little area. However, Oblivion Ridge really holds up to its name because we have the Skeleton Beast, which, if you have Hammer, the Hammer glyph, this is easy. But also, if you have Ignis, this is also easy because you could just spam the hell out of Ignis and he just goes down. We also have the Fleamen that are getting dropped in by Tears. Not hard to take out, but they are annoying. And then here we have our werewolves, which are fairly straightforward, but they hit like a truck. Oh hey, got the copper plate from that lizard man. But of course that copper plate's useless to me because it doesn't do much. Heading into this room's actually interesting. Now this is our save room, but if you come over here, if you go up here, and try to go up there is a glyph statue, which has a very useful glyph. Sapiens Fio, which temporarily increases intelligence and magical, increases magical glyph damage. That is very handy if you're a magical glyph user. Your ice, fire, and lightning damage are going to be benefiting greatly from that. Which I'm actually going to move around my glyphs. I'm going to go to Volgrando, and then where is the glyphs? Yeah, Sapiens Fire. Definitely want to have these glyphs in a set, because the next boss you fight, which is coming up right now, you're going to want these to deal with the enemy, because he's severely weak to it. And it's the ripoff from Jaws. Well, I guess you could say it's the killer sea fish. This is, and I'm gonna pronounce this badly, Gravidorcus? I think I'm butchering that name. Gravidorcus is one of the more easier boss fights. He summons this pillar in the middle, and then he basically spits out poison barbs that, oddly enough, don't poison you, but they will basically sit on the ground until you run into him. But also what he'll do is, once you've done enough damage, he will come out, smack that pillar out of the way, and then you pretty much have to run over and get to this pillar over here. Like I said, those poison barbs will start rolling around. Now he's gonna smack this other pillar if you've done enough damage to him. And then you've gotta run all the way down the hallway, because he will start chasing you down. When he hits the wall, he is basically stunned for a good minute, and that is a good way to do damage onto him. Use glyph unions or even the standard attacks. But he's pretty much easy to deal with. He basically just turns in a bunch of bones, and we get his boss soul thing. And we continue on. Remember, we have to go 10 werewolves. There is an easy way. By the time you finish up here, if you just go back, you will be able to kill 10 werewolves. Now, in this room, hidden in the wall, is a 9N. So yeah, if you have the arms and 9N, you basically have enough. And there's a chamomile up there. I actually never go for this chamomile up here, because by the time I have that quest done, I don't see a point in going for that chamomile, other than it's just up there if you need it. But it's also the hardest one to get, because you have 4 enemies to deal with. In here, we have some wild beasts and werewolves. So, Dominus is in here. It's a trap! Yeah, we now have a problem. It seems that he has now absorbed one of the dominus pieces. So yeah, the whole time he's been giving us the pieces, he's actually been watching us absorb them to see how it's done. So just quickly also sketch the room for Diana. Also in the wall is the Ring of the Hermit, which actually doesn't have too bad a stat boost. I actually never used the ring. But I'm gonna quickly go back to Ecclesia, but I'm gonna go through and deal with the werewolves soon. So in Ecclesia, we are just going to jump up all the way to Master Barlow's room. It's odd that that door is just sliding up like that. I have a bad feeling about that. So yeah, our mission is to basically finish up tracking down Albus. It seems he's gone beyond the graveyard, in some cases the swamp, and into another manor. So we need to go and finish this. Because if we don't get back that final piece of Dominus, he's basically going to take over, is basically going to take over his body. Turning in the last quest for Irina, she gives us a heart curtain. We cannot finish her last quest because we don't have the area unlocked for it. Now also, I did not go and get the mouse like I thought I was going to. I'm actually going to save that for the next episode because it's not that big a deal. This video's been going on for quite some time. And then going back to Daniela, which we give her the final drawing, she gives us probably one of the best items in the game, especially if you're trying to go for these hard to get items. She will give you, come on,
oh my,
the dowsing hat, which, the dowsing hat basically, wait, I'm sorry, I'm getting these mixed up. The treasure hat actually, raises the probability that rare items will appear. I thought that was the final item she gives you. The dowsing hat is what uses the strange noise to find hidden items. The treasure hat is actually what you really want. The treasure hat will actually help you get rare items that you need to drop. But for the moment, I'm just going to keep the Garbo hat on. Since I've already got most of the rare items I need, I don't need the treasure hat. I can't believe I made that goof. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.